What it do, YouTube? What it do, TikTok family? It's your boy Twinsky, back at it again with another banger. Follow me at Twinsky on all platforms. If you know now, you know. Okay, this week's energetic forecast, right? We're gonna talk about the 16th to the 20th, but really until the 22nd, so the weekend. Okay, but Monday, today is a reality check by source, right? Energetically, we are getting a reality check. What is it that you need to do moving forward? What is it that you need to refocus your energy on? Right now, you're being called to rest. Not rest in a way of, oh, sleep. Rest in a way of find yourself resting away from or hibernating from your careers or your progressions. Why? Because at this time, those things, if you was to do too much, you will burn yourself out. Because you also need to be real with yourself and see where you're at, right? I'm not saying stop what you're doing immediately, but you need to refocus that energy, right? Okay. It is time for grounding this week. Okay, throughout this week, it's all about it. It's going to be all about being. It's going to be all about being grounded, right? We need to stay grounded this week, right? Grounding this week is going to be important. Find yourself not draining your energy, giving your energy away. Find yourself meditating, also speaking life into yourself, but find yourself grounded, coming into nature, finding yourself with new opportunities and the ways that you think by coming into nature. Right now, we need a ground because what it is we need to make action plans for the upcoming months, action plans for this new transition that we are still in, right? Because of those things, we have to be mindful of what we're doing right now, moving forward, because we need to be grounded, right? But the thing about grounding is it comes in different ways, in different shapes, in different forms. But you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So don't get worried. You will be grounded, right? With all that being said, this week is going to be more about more analytical action, right? You'll be taking more analytical action towards the later ends of the week, right? Not the weekend, the later ends of the week. So like Wednesday, Thursday, you'll be taking more analytical action because energetically you'll be in a space where now you have dealt with the emotions of what it is that you needed to be grounded in, and then you will be trying to take a more analytical approach, so a more practical approach on how to do everything one by one because you set out a vision board. That's why I'm saying now it's time to set out those plans, because you will get those plans done and you will attack those plans, and you are being reassured. That's why you're on this video, right? More analytical action will be taking place towards the end of the week. By Friday, we will have a lot of triggering emotions. So that means there's going to be a lot of healing conversations, right? The positive is healing conversations. The negative is arguments, right? But we'll have a lot of healing convos. The convos that are healing, that you can talk about the deep stuff that is happening, having reality checks with self, having reality checks with your environment, having reality checks with your outer external people, your reflection of you, right? You'll be having healing conversations, keeping everything in check. Why? Because you set those plans into action, and now that you're attacking them, you are finding yourselves now healing what it is you need to do spiritually. I know I made a TikTok talking about how in the physical, you're working on something, but in the spiritual, it has to be balanced. So the same way you're working on that, same way something else is going to correspond where you have to work on it, right? And that's why you're going to have a lot of healing combos, right? We're also going to be taking new directions without emotional delusions, right? It's going to be forcing us to take new directions without emotional delusions. And when I say it, I mean source. It's going to take a lot for you to do this. And that's why you have to have that triggering moment. Because when you release that energy and you heal from it, you'll be taking a new direction without all the emotional delusions like, oh, I love this person, or oh, this is something I love, or oh, you're going to know exactly what it is that you need to do. And you're going to get straight to work. Why? Because you're going to take that direction without, oh, but what if this person don't like it? What if that person, you're not going to have any of that. The emotional delusions, all those illusions that were casted upon you, all them projections are going to be gone, right? Yes, Friday will have some triggers and they will be emotional, but they're going to be for the better, right? Because the weekend is going to be all about healing in big, unexpected emotional shifts. We're going to have a lot of big, unexpected emotional shifts where we shift emotionally, unexpectedly. Like your perspective might change on something. Your emotions towards somebody might change. You might find better in people and people might find better in you. Things might correspond to you differently. Your environment might correspond to you differently. The external people that you meet might correspond to you differently because it's all about healing and emotional shifts. With all that being said, that is this week's energetic update. I love y'all. Live, laugh, Twinsky. We out.